from Sangi and Miku here again. As always, thank you for checking out my newest video. I know lately there haven't been very many videos at all, but trust me with one thing, it doesn't have to do anything with my Miku passion. Oh no, I just didn't really feel like making videos, but this one here is very special. So even if it's a very long video, again, trust me, it's worth sticking to the very end. Last year I really praised Mirai 2018 and called it my new favorite concert of all time. How does the next one live up to that at all? Well, I have it right here. So let's jump right into the video and find out with me. So, another year, another Magical Mirai. The one we are looking at here was already the 7th one and was held around Miku's 12th birthday. After the Kakamine twins got their time to shine the year prior around their big 10th one, it was time for Luka-san to be in the spotlight more than usual. Mirai was once again split between Osaka and Tokyo. Osaka was held for 3 days in Intex Osaka's fantastic event space, no change here, for 3 great days. August 9th to 11th. 4 concerts were held and we got a nice expo again. Almost 3 weeks later this time around, Mirai Tokyo took place. They found their perfect event spots for both of these major cities of Japan, so Makuhari Messe was also booked again. Back to halls 1 to 3 by the way, for August 30th, 31st and September 1st. Miku was singing on her birthday this year around. So the expo itself was pretty similar to the year before, not quite as grand as in 2017, but still very nice. 2017 was a one-city event, so it's understandable it was still the most interesting expo to date. The focus on Luka gave the current expo its own charm for sure. Everybody could buy lots of merch as usual, amazing exhibits of Miku out, some DJs and the creators market to return too, a staple of Magical Mirai by now. This video mainly is about the concert though, so please check out my event report on this if you wanna see more of the expo. I'm gonna quickly show you the Blu-ray box now. Did not get the version coming with a pre-order item this time, the price difference was just too much. This is still the limited edition anyway. The front of the box shows Miku in her fantastic new costume and her family next to her as chibi versions. The back shows this year's star Luka. Taking the Blu-ray out, we find that the main Blu-ray box has the same art on the front and information of the setlist and more extras on the back. We find the main concert Blu-ray and the bonus discs inside, more about this in a bit. Apart from some extra ads, the inside even comes with a nice little keychain that looks like the confetti that drops at the end of the concert. A nice memorial item. But this wouldn't be a Japanese Blu-ray release without a nice full-color booklet. It features nice pictures of the expo and the concert, some riddles that were featured at the expo, and a full setlist of all 5 changed concert variants. Yes, of the 5 days between Osaka and Tokyo with a concert, the setlist was changed, continuing the tradition since 2017 to not just have the same concert over and over at a Mirai. I will talk about all the additional songs in the main review too. The end of the booklet has even more art and a nice message for the fans. So a quick word on the bonus disc before I finally jump into the main concert. It contained a really nice behind the scenes video, even showing us a look at the Krypton office in their initial planning stages of the event and more. I loved how they even showed an Easter egg at the end about the precise moment of a certain new website being made live. Apart from that, a quick event digest and an interview with the Vocaloid producers Kei and Yuya Yuppe, mainly focused on Luka's anniversary. And of course the daily exclusive songs. Anyway, I really take longer and longer getting to the actual review, don't I? Magical Mirai 2019 had the biggest attendance numbers of all the expos with over 50,000, not counting re-entries, around 8,000 people watching each of the 9 concerts between venues. Mirai is still growing. But how was the main event this year? 2018 had such a fantastic concert, the best one yet in my opinion. How can this one live up to that at all? Right from the get-go you see the audience being pumped. This was the final concert after the event had spent weeks in August of 2019 after all, so even more so than the other ones. A hype beat gets played as usual and the service theme of the whole event is obvious right away. It's a standard intro like the year prior, introducing all Vocaloids as people change the color of their glow sticks, and the hype is the biggest when Miku gets her spot. Nothing unusual like the fantastic intro of 2017, but still not bad. What a star with so much energy. Teo is not only a new song by a famous producer of recent years, Omoi, but even shows Miku in her new model. Not just a new costume, an all new way for her to look. I will tell you more about the background and the verdict of the review and my opinion on it at the end of this section, but to sum it up, Krypton had developed their own custom model and after some tweaking were ready to introduce it at this concert. The song is underlaid with some steam effects. Right away I noticed how clear Miku's voice was on the Blu-ray, even more so than usual. I like it. Miku's projection is without issues too and she gets blown up on the big top screen in usual Magical Mirai fashion. I love the dance moves in the chorus especially, but what stands out the most? After I complained the last 2 years that the audience was not very well audible on the recording, they finally fixed this issue and you can actually hear the hype. I can't stress enough how important that is and how glad I am that we are about to experience a concert now where you can not only see but also hear the bond between Miku and the audience. I will try not to mention it too much throughout, but just remember, it's much better than years prior and adds a lot. Anyway, a real hype song, nice cool instrumental in the middle by the returning Mirai band from last year. As you know, I care for the band lots too, so also a plus. A great way to start a concert. They would later reuse this as the intro from Miku Expo Europe in January 2020 that just ended, of which I attended the Berlin show. We continue with another new song, Suki na koto dake de ii desu. Difficult to say fast as a non-native speaker of Japanese. It was the only song I didn't know the first time experiencing the concert, but it sure is a good one. We get some relaxing vibes from Miku, who remains in her new model for the first section of this concert throughout, sounding super good. It's just so great to see and hear the audience supporting the best idol in the world. The chorus is super catchy and memorable, so many people join to sing along. The light show is super fitting this year around as well, easy to forget how cool that is too. Another thing that stands out is some nice editing here and later in the concert, for example the cut to the angel on the top screen the second Miku sings about it in Japanese. Very cool Pinocchio P song. It was about time that this song, perfect for a Japanese live audience, got its debut live, Ai no Uta. It starts with the crowd singing along right away. Songs like these wouldn't be quite the same in overseas concerts. Miku's moves are so cute. After the first verse, the audience knows it's time to build up the chanting for the chorus with the staple hi, 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 hi. Make me still seems to be extra happy experiencing this from the stage. I can't really complain, but I'd say the crowd could still be turned up a tad bit. Anyway, such a happy song, particularly live, with an especially cool instrumental. The song ends with a quiet ending before the song restarts for its final part. Miku introduces herself in her new appearance. It seems standard at first. Miku talks cutely as usual, but then she wanders off to the left side of the hall, giving people on this side an extra hello. She runs towards the other side, makes a super cute brief pause in the middle, but then charges towards the right side, challenging the people there to cheer louder than the others. I was in that block this concert in row 2, and I think we barely won. Miku even mentions this being the final concert. What an extra cute intro, but man, those poor people in the middle of the venue, ignored by Miku. The new songs just keep coming, Kaisei! I don't ever want to hear anybody pretending Mirai not being fresh every year, but as we will find out, this year will stand out in that regard even more than usual. It's a cool Orange Star song with a very long instrumental intro that is actually slightly cut live. Miku sings in such a perfect angel-like voice again, especially in the chorus with some outstanding high notes while she moves gracefully. The interlude changes the song up a bit before the Miku only part. You know by now how much I love those. This song concludes the intro of the concert as well as the showcase of the new model. A fantastic start with amazing new songs only. Some old stuff is important too, but this was just great. I really like the new model. It is very cute, though there's something off about it, so for now I still prefer the old one, but I'm sure they will keep tweaking it. Still, nothing to complain about. Rin-chan's turn! Last year was hers and her brother's big anniversary, now they're back to solo songs. A new one too, Shinka City Underground, at least live. Rin seems very distressed all song, her very involved dance moves support her singing. The chorus is very catchy again, you can barely hear some people singing along. Magni is somehow playing 2 keyboards at once. The interlude of the song is very unique. Rin sings in a very funny voice. It is so clear in the recording, much more so than in the game version of the song. Supports what I said earlier of the audio being very clear. Just in general, this disc has outstanding sound. There's some more funny moves before the last chorus of this long song, which is the non-cut version of course. Seems like Rin lets out her frustrations in the end. Poor Rin-chan. Lenkon is next. Will the new songs ever stop? This one I knew from one of the Kagamina anniversary CDs that were released in December of 2018, Main Character. I like the drawn out notes of the start of the song, nice singing. The song is a really good showcase of Len's singing capabilities in general. The lyrics are shown on the top screen, also highlighted in the editing, good if you're studying the language. It always adds a lot understanding the meaning of a song after all. Just a very pleasant song and a continuation of a super good concert with all new songs. Okay, I have to explain. This meter once again had some setlist changes throughout the several days a concert was held. Very cool. All songs that were not in the main concert of the last day that we were watching up to now were included in the bonus disc, and I will cover them all before the final day's song choice in an appropriate part in this review, around when they were played. We start with Rocky! Returning highlight from last year's anniversary corner. You can tell that a different recording setup was used for some of the other days. Most of them are still good, but in this one the audience is barely audible and the sound different in general. The song is experienced best in last year's Bluray, and in general, for this and other songs I covered before, please check out my other reviews for far more detail on them. Thank God this was not the main day setup anyway. Well, to say at least a bit of stuff on returning songs, it's an amazing cool Lin song with Len added for supporting lyrics, featuring cute dance moves and gestures fitting this word's song. It's a very interactive song song too, just hard to tell on this recording. I point out much more of this in the review of last year, like the selfie part within his pose following, her confused huh? And the final build up to the chorus where they keep chanting baby. And we can never forget Lin's incredible raw. Some of the concerts featured Soon on the Waxay, the theme song for Mirai 2017. I personally don't like it much, but nor do I hate it. Miku sounds very unique in this song and the costume is neat too. She sounds so upset and gives us cool vibes in the chorus. The best part is the happy birthday section, and in general, I actually quite like how she sounds in the verses. I notice people joining in interactive parts of songs in general more and more the longer a song is known and thus returning for a concert, making it a must for songs to return to uncover their full potential live. Good thing this was not in the main concert. I think in general that luckily had the best setlist anyway. Dobutsuranai, long-time watchers will know I don't care for it much, except for the much harder version played in Mirai 2013. By the way, I care for that concert much more now than when I reviewed it, so that and some others of them aren't 100% accurate to my current opinion anymore. Even still, Miku's super cute and somehow appears to be younger than normal. The song is just kind of bland in this version. Her gestures are adorable, so it's not like this one is a waste, just nothing special. Now we're talking! One of my favorites of 2016 returning for some but not the main gig, Satisfaction. A super hype KC live song, maybe the best one period. You can hear from the audience, good sound mix in this particular day was played, they tend to agree. Miku is in her super mischievous devil costume, sings with perfect tuning and ends with a cute smile in the finale. I really love the Koko ni Aoide yo part, stands out to me. How can Miku dance with those high-heeled shoes? Wow, yet another 2016 highlight finally returning, Baby Maniacs. Especially cool intro effects, transition from the previous song. This one was so amazing back then. It still is, but some of these songs get a special kind of treatment when they are introduced. In this case, the whole band was very close to Miku on stage playing along, so the original charm is lost a tiny bit for this and other songs with similar cases. Still super pumped to hear this one again. Cool costume and just one of my favorite songs of all time, with an ever so sexy sounding Miku in aggressive romance mode. The light show is just as cool as back then though, and I'm extra happy hearing Miku say, I love you, I need you. Same here it seems, since here I still am, after all these years. We are back to the main concert for now with its choice, Romeo to Cinderella. Finally a classic in the concert, and Miku even is in the correct costume. The audience is super hyped to hear this one for sure, and if you look very closely in this and other shots from behind me facing the far side of the audience, you can spot me in the crowd. I finally made it, super happy about it. I am better visible in 2 songs later in the concert. Scratch it off my bucket list. Anyway, just can't go wrong with this all-time classic, always a blast live. Like, most classics are nice, but this one is just one of the classics live, the chorus especially. And yep, of course this means they are mixing all the new models again. Nothing wrong with that. I feel like I say much more sensible stuff here in my old videos, but to just repeat myself, Miku singing is perfect, her dancing, just everything. This one is a good version to watch and listen to because of the sound. Really nice solo too, as well as the close-up after it. This choice for the main day is not one of my absolute favorites, but it quite grew on me. The same is true for many songs I kinda disliked before, by the way, like Just Be Friends. Yes, I like that one now, what a shock! Anyway, Karakuri Pierrot is nice, can't argue with how good the 40m P tune singing sounds and really fits the circus theme. What kind of theme will they go for next Mirai, and how do they go about deciding for one, I wonder? Miku's expressions are super cute, still think they come over better in this classic model. The chorus is very groovy indeed, just a very atmospheric song and a bit of a break pace-wise in a concert. So far we heard no single mediocre song in the main concert and the trend doesn't stop. Yet another surprise, this time a big one! Catch the Wave? It's a pretty new KC song and the theme song for the upcoming Switch game Mega Mix, sort of a best of a future tone with 10 extra songs. Such a recent song and we already hear it live, well, at least in some of the concerts. I'm surprised they aren't using the new model, considering it is a fresh addition. What is their plan exactly? The same is true for other new songs later in the concert. Anyway, typical KC tuning, you either love it or don't care for it? I love it. Just another good party song with its electronic vibes, stellar Miku dancing who sure can cheer people up, leading everybody on. I was down when I was about to start watching this while taking notes for the review, but this was all blown away thanks to Miku singing in songs like this. Perfect party song, great addition. Bit of a weird timing here for the final concert, but now we are back to the twins. The highlight of the anniversary corner last year for sure, Reto Johto. Just so much to say about this one, so once more, to not miss any of that, please check out my 2018 review. Anyway, this is such a high energy song, has fantastic costumes, a red and orange light show and even steam. Just such perfect tuning of their voices and super good dance moves. Some people say that the choreography is disappointing, with which I disagree wholeheartedly. Everybody starts cheering along right from the start, unlike the year before, supporting my claim of some songs' return unlocking their full potential. It's just the Kagamine live song, for many years to come, just like a Democon. It then roasts Miku in the solo part again and I get goosebumps in the part solely focused on her voice. I love the super interactive clapping part where people know what they're doing better than previously. The song ends with lots of hype with its changed lyrics here at Magical Mirai of course, unlike the Expo when it was played too. The concert has not dropped a single bit in quality so far. Next is a song played in every concert, Kid Carry On. Yet another new Miku one, which was on the Mirai CD for the year. They tease some new stuff on there, but also always have some complete surprises. Or a lot of them in this year's case. The audience is really pumped, after all, this one feels like it was meant to be played live. I don't understand their usage of the old model, but oh well, I'm not complaining, for now it's still the better choice after all in my opinion. The chorus is so catchy, only the guitars don't quite live up to how they sound in the studio version. I like the zoom in on Miku's hips and a bit later her face while she sings the highest note. Man, I have to say it again, it adds so much hearing the audience on a recording. This concept is just amazing so far. Like with other random bits of lyrics, I just laugh when Miku sings Toes in this show. I can't get over how much new stuff this video brings us, especially after the year prior already had quite a bit of that too. Personally speaking, this is the only low point of the concert, but that is saying a lot, because it still is a good song. Adokeikaku wa Ima mo Hisoka ni was the event contest winner of this year. I like the drum intro. The song just sounds kind of bland, even though the chorus is cute, the acoustic guitars are a nice change of pace. It still sounds very good and I'm enjoying listening to it in this very moment. The highlight for me here is another cool long instrumental and of course the solo Miku singing. The last chorus is more intense than the previous ones, but what really makes the song special is people clapping along with Miku moving, as long as she enjoys singing it. Still funny how for both Mirai 2019 and the Expo in Europe that just ended, the low points of the contest were the contest winning songs respectively. No surprise in this concert, even Meiko gets a new song, Namunade Blue no Shoke. What a cool one and a perfect fit for her voice. They really got better with small details too, even though this is Meiko's only song, she's not in her stock outfit. The chorus is super pretty, as people are having fun with their blue and red glow sticks. By the way, I hear rumors Mirai 2020 will have Meiko and Kaito more in the focus, why not? Would they also get new models together with their friends? The wink before the second chorus is just so cute. Thank you Meiko. She just sounds so good in this, most obvious in her solo. Best not overlook her capabilities. She's the oldest of all of them but has so much in her too. Let's just enjoy the final chorus. I hope more people thought of this as a real highlight too. Lately even Meiko and Kaito got really good new songs, maybe even more so this year? Urotanda anyone? When? Yep, after Miku and the twins the previous 2 years, Luca gets her own special corner in this concert, honoring her big 10th anniversary. She was the last Kryptonaut released to turn 10 back in January of 2019. Hard to imagine any new Vocaloid to ever join the family. They are perfect as they are. Anyway, a cool intro building up to this section, and by the way, the day I typed the script, January 30th, 2020, it is Luca's 11th birthday! Happy birthday to you, I really like you lots too. As I look to the right, I see one of my Luca plushies smiling at me as I say the line out loud. The first song is a new one made for this anniversary specifically, Never Die. Composed by Yu Yu Yuppe, this one portrays a powerful message. Vocalize can be a constant in people's lives. Bad things can happen, but they will always be there. Real nice, same with Luca's beautiful singing. Unfortunately for me though live, some people really like to sing along super loudly and terribly that it ruined the song for me on several listens. Also, this type of song gets exhausting on the shoulder because of the slow glow stick move. In any event, a powerful song portrayed by Luca, nice meaning, perfect for the anniversary. Before going back to the main concert, 2 songs played at some of the gigs. Hoshikuzu Utopia was in fact never played live as far as I know, so it was a surprise hearing this old classic here. As it turned out it was overlooked before and is only on the extra disc for a good reason. It is a good song, but doesn't work very well live. It is just too fast. People can't cheer this fast, which is not audible anywhere on this particular day of recording. So don't get me wrong, this song is not bad, Luka does sound good and I like her version for X costume, but this song just isn't a live song or outstanding in general. Her moves when the chorus starts as well as the instrumental are nice though. I teased it before and it was no joke. Just Be Friends, a song I really used to dislike, has grown on me. Sure, still not my absolute favorite, but I can see its appeal. They play the full intro until Luka emerges from the bottom. Luka then directs everybody to move with her as she declares her message. I just really enjoy how the verses are sung, so catchy, especially when she speeds up singing. It was just right to hear the song at least once in the anniversary year. Nice how the hearts spread over the ceiling and later on the walls in the second chorus. The chorus still might be the part I liked the least about the song. Also cool is the blurry effect while Luka waves and after a bit the focus gets set on her again. Thank God Luka's anniversary wasn't a few years back, because next up is Dreaming Choo Choo, the choice for the main concert, yet another song I used to not care for until recently. Luka is once again supported by her cute friends Miku and Lin. They are in such cute costumes and it's all so colorful, including the top screen. They are so happy, I'm sure, to support her big sister on stage, and you can even hear them singing background vocals if you listen closely. The Luka tuning is uniquely cute too, and the chorus, such an earworm. No wonder, it's a song by Iman. Just look at them and all their adorable dance moves. Thanks so much for the hearts! Speaking of the dance, it stands out especially in the part before the interlude when they move exactly to the beat. The solo singing of course is my favorite again, which is followed by all of them moving around together in the end, being close to every part of the audience at least once. Next up for the final chorus is, oh my god, this absolute classic. I just can't get enough of this one. Luka Luka Night Fever, sure it's an old one, but it's just the perfect Luka song live. Everybody including me are going completely nuts. What a perfect mix for Luka's songs so far. The part building up to the chorus is especially good and you can hear the cheers on the recording well. Man, I notice how I know every word in the lyrics. This version is just the version to watch this song live. You can see the band being into it, the audience so loud, real good editing showing all of that. Just pure bliss. Thank you Sam Free for this perfect song, hope it wasn't the last time live. Some classics just have to return every now and then. So we had a great new song, a cute classic, a powerful classic, and now a ballad, being played in every concert. Sore ga anata no shiawase no shitemo is a really good one. I like ballads and they're important for any concert. Luka sounds so damn good in here too. The intro is very slow, after which more instruments are added until the song unleashes its full power in the chorus. You only really notice it in those shots from the very back of the venue. The lighting is really adding to the mood, real class. The song gets slower again. Yet another editing technique is used, where Luka is shown essentially twice, one time in a blurry version, but at the same time focused from another angle. Then a solo. Man, this song is great. Watching this while taking notes, I literally turned up the volume during the chorus of this song. The emotional singing once again builds up with the standout Ikanaide part, which is released in a small drop. Such a perfect song. If it only wasn't for the slow glow stick moving, I think my shoulder is just damaged. The song ends on a slow note, giving people time to take in this moment as Luka changes back into her original costume. Brace yourself for cuteness overload, the best speech ever live except for a certain 10th anniversary one of Miku. Luka talks to the audience, thanking them for 10 years that were only possible because of them. Yes, she's talking! Why didn't the Kagaminas do that the year before? Just perfect for this opportunity. Usually only Miku ever talks, really important to the concerts in my opinion, as you know. And then what? Luka thinks to perform a song together with Miku and actually calls for her? Miku appears and wishes her a happy birthday too. The first time seeing this live, I was just so happy. This was just perfect. Happy having it all recorded. Oh god, how Miku says she loves singing with Luka and she agrees. This kind of thing is just to die for. They announced they need the crowd help singing the next song. What an experience. Miku and Luka start off the absolute highlight of the concert with a tutorial on how to sing along. What an incredible achievement. When I heard the studio version, I deemed it just about mediocre. But live? Even the beginning, which was quite boring on the MP3, gets used so perfectly as Miku and Luka instruct the people what to do. It is just so nice hearing people following their request loudly. Everyone is just so happy partying with the two, and Miku is glad to support Luka for her anniversary. I can't even describe this performance. It all just works so well live. Their singing voices complementing each other perfectly, the kick is speed, the cute illustrations on the top screen, just everything. But oh my god, the choreography, the best one ever seen at any Miku concert, hands down, just so involved. Just look at the perfectly synced dancing in the second verse, making it seem that they have more than 2 arms each. And then the chorus, just incredible. Everybody singing along, colorful light show, and so much hype at each of the choruses ends. Just look at this, take it all in. This is the perfect Bluray song to watch, to see and feel the bond between the audience and Miku. And Luca, of course. The final chorus is extra great. This is just perfection live, hope it returns to Magical Mirai. When it was played in Europe, it wasn't as good. It just needs this kind of audience. Like it was here, it was simply indescribable. We're getting close to the end of the concert, always sad to see, so it's time for the band member introduction. This year again they do this by playing a real cool beat, as each of the colorful spirits represent the Vocaloids. The drummer's kick-ass solo would be perfect even in a metal gig. Chloe became a regular after her introduction last year, doing a real good job. She always looks so happy. Takahiro-san is a real important member, being a regular ever since 2014. This time around his solo is honestly a bit lame. Megumi must just be my favorite member. She shows off a nice solo too. I'm so happy she's still in the band, really kind of feel that she's more than happy being part of this. The second guitarist brings in the most hype as usual, even if he doesn't put himself in the spotlight as much this time. The beat intensifies towards the end, which is followed by something real important, which for some reason gets left out in the expos. Miku's official introduction, a very cute wiggle, and then a standard short speech, which is actually the same as the year prior, a minor letdown. But of course, even still, everybody shouts for the star loudly. Hatsune Miku! What is it with this concert? The awesomeness continues. Brand new song? Check. Kick-ass song? Check. Oedo Julio Night continues the tradition since 2016 of having a highlight new song right after the band introduction. This song originally came from the Miku Anniversary album and was made by Michi M. Miku is in a fan favorite costume never seen before live and is joined by Kaito. It's actually his only appearance for this year, a bit mean he didn't get a solo at all. Anyway, this song is so perfect. Miku sounds so good and so does Kaito. The light show is super involved again, and there are even nice effects on the new side screens and of course the top one. All of this is shown nicely on the recording. I love the dancing at the start of the chorus so much. Same with Kaito and Miku briefly holding hands. Kaito gets a solo now. He asks everybody to shout along first, and they do! This kind of thing was never audible previously, but it is so nice that it is. Miku makes cute moves while watching him nail his solo. Michi M really makes Kaito sound super realistic. And then, the drumming! Another unique element. Miku speeds up more and more playing the taiko, then she attacks Kaito by whistling? But he skillfully dodges. God, there's just so much to say about this. So much new cool stuff. I absolutely adore how electronically changed Miku's voice is in here, after which she does such a cute 360. Don't know why, but I love that all so much. There are so many details every time watching. I just noticed how Kaito too does a 360 in a different manner. The song ends with an interesting tempo change. This was just breathtaking once more. How will they structure future concerts? There's so much that has to return. I can only praise them. Like this, even if it's the 8th Mira coming up, it can't possibly become boring, even if they didn't introduce a single new song. Anyway, another 20 out of 10 song. One of many this concert. Yet another new song. I'm not even surprised anymore. Burenai Aide. This used to be one of my top picks I always wanted to hear live, and now finally that becomes a reality. And why I'm not as obsessed with this song anymore, it's still lots of fun. It begins with an interesting short intro with Miku in low FPS mode. The song keeps building up with Miku's cute voice towards the addictively catchy chorus. Another nice sing-along. People join in, whoa 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 whoa, and whoo! While Miku dances with an aesthetic effect around her. The dance is cute, but the one from the original video, a real gem, was more special I have to say. A very positive song to calm down a bit, which still features a strong bond with Miku and the audience. Near the end the song was cut to fit a live show better. The slow part in the end is something else too. Miku directs the people with her hands. The very last harmony was pitch changed. The song ends with a mega cute laugh. Relax time is over, we are back to the high energy with Hibana. A new song by the way. It's a relatively new Dekunina song which includes yet another sing-along. Man, my voice was so sore after each concert. The chorus is full of energy harmonizing with Miku's voice. The song has a heavy instrumental break and then builds up to the last chorus with even more power. Speaking of songs that have to always return, the best song of last year, or one of the best ever in general returns, Greenlight Serenade.
Thank God. I love the theme song of 2018 so much. It isn't quite as special as last year when it was played at the finale of its concert, of course, but somehow it sounds and feels even better anyhow. I can hear so much cheering from the crowd, and believe me, I was one of them. Even if I had barely any energy left at this point, I had to give my all for this song. The intro is accompanied by instruments unlike last year, and the original song fitting a mid-concert vibe better. I just love this song so much. I have such a strong connection with it and the previous year's event. Some people might be turned off by the extra high-pitched Miku's voice, but to me, it's beautiful and unique. There's so much going on all around the stage. As I mentioned before, it feels like the entire band is very into all of it too, and once more, I can see Magmi especially looking very happy seeing all the ecstatic fans. You can even hear the crowd singing along certain parts. The song ends with an incredible amount of passion and energy. Yet another song I can't ever mention not being played in Mirai from this point onwards. Miku bows and waves, creates a keyboard and sits down. No problem for Miku. She announces that this will be the last song. What? It's this concert's Miku ballad. Boku ga yume o shitete, otona ni naru made. Her voice is just so beautiful, doesn't need any instruments, hard to control my emotions from the get-go. This version live adds more instruments quickly though, unlike the studio one. It's a very nice touch when Miku is on the keyboard, just like the classic Hoshi no Kakeda. Just a very nice emotional ballad for the end of the main part of the concert, even if not as good as the last 2 years' ballads. I actually tried not moving my glow stick as an experiment for some of the concerts I attended and just focused on Miku, and I have to say, wow. It felt incredible, very personal. Everything about her, especially her voice, is just perfect. That did not change for me even after all these years. Miku bows and waves again and then disappears. Of course everybody knows that this is not the end and you can have a short break. That's why the cheering doesn't seem as loud right away. Eventually, the usual Miku, Miku cheering resumes, getting louder and louder, even if it's not very in sync this year. Then it continues. Oh, what is this? Oh, I have to explain. A very well-liked classic Vocaloid producer of songs like Rolling Girl and Oda Omote Lovers unexpectedly died last year of heart failure. Wobaka was only about 30, a very tragic event, but to honor him and to show what Miku's all about, Krypton gave him this tribute. The lyrics of 5 famous songs of his are shown on the top screen, a part of the song gets played and then slides down, actually slowly forming the image of Miku. This is a beautiful way of showing that while Miku is an amazing super cute idol, in essence it's up to everybody's efforts to make Miku sing, to make her up with your own ideas. That is why the lyrics literally make up Miku. This is an incredible way to send him off, to show him respect, and also shows how amazing this fandom is. Just listen to everybody shouting out his name. I'm getting goosebumps. Otsukaresama deshita, Wobaka-san. So I mentioned 5 songs of his and you all know this Mirai featured setlist changes. So what did they do? Of all 5 days a concert was held, every single one uniquely featured one of those songs. What a tribute indeed. The first day in Osaka had Unhappy Refrain, a Mirai classic. It's a real cool rock song. As I said before, the first time songs are performed, they shine the most, as 2013 had the band so close to Miku. This is still a very good sounding version, especially the bass stands out to me. This song should have Kaito and Lan on stage, just like the Diva PV. They did something like this for Dr. Funk Beat, so why not? Cool costume and guitar from Miku anyway. Unique Wobaka tuning in any event and lots of energy from the chorus with people shouting along in the build up to it. The crowd is hyped for the super well-known Wobaka classic on the final Osaka concert, Oda Omote Lovers. Such a hectic song. I love it when Miku sings fast. They actually made a Mirai model for this a while back. The crowd is super into it while Miku dances frantically, building up to the chorus with the trademark, super cool dance for this song every fan knows. This song has a real cool new light show. Hard to say if this one or Rolling Girl is better live. The latest Wobaka song was a new introduction the year prior, now he is dead. So tragic. Unhappy Mother Goose was played once more on the Tokyo concert of day 1. It's a very different kind of song, sounds experimental with its many tempo changes. I'm sure by now it has grown on many people, I can see them more into it already. The verses are all over the place, in a good way. My favorite parts are when Miku sings in top speed and especially the extremely high notes in the slower section. The best thing live is the chant along, of course, which works so well especially for this tribute. I'm sure everybody sang extra loud in his honor, and so does Miku. The second part of the song is more of the same, but adds a nice extra hectic section with fitting blinking lights. Miku seems devastated near the end. Maybe it's grief for somebody she surely cared for lots. I'm sure Wobaka is in a better place now and loved having Miku by his side. Or she even still is. Who knows? Another Wobaka classic happens to be a song with Luca, how fitting! I was very happy to finally hear Waltz and Dancehall live on Tokyo Day 2, never was at a Mirai before. We even see the Kansai concert models. They all look good, so it doesn't really bother me. The two girls naturally harmonize very well and are wearing neat contrasting black and white outfits. They move together while singing this great song and also speed up at points, classic Wobaka style. The chorus with its colorful lights is the highlight, so catchy. The song is meant to be a dance battle between the two, but they sure seem to be just enjoying each other's company. They sure picked a good set list for the final day. Back to the main concert for good now, we hear the most famous Wobaka song Rolling Girl. What a way to continue a concert and in context of just the main one. Miku's in another old model, so we actually have 4 generations of them in this concert, but man, what a hype song, everybody seems into it. It also has the typical higher pitched Wobaka tuning. People join in singing the chorus, which is familiar to every Miku fan, I assume. The small instrumental change before the second chorus has real nice impact. They picked a good one for the last concert and in general gave Wobaka an amazing tribute for this sad occasion. Thank you for such amazing classics which, remember, will never die through Miku. That's the power of Miku. Another Mirai classic of recent years that I honestly am just a bit sick of by now, hand in hand. Needless to say, my top Miku songs live video is definitely outdated. Can't imagine the same happening with some of the recent new songs, but who knows. Anyway, I still like the song. Always nice in a concert and especially enjoyable to watch back on this recording or to have experienced with this crowd. There's another really good shot of where I was. So happy about that. Just a very positive song to celebrate the occasion. Everybody still sings and chants along, and as always we get nice pictures of attendees on the top screen. I obviously can't complain since we got so much new stuff, but it still would be extra cool if they changed up parts of the choreography of long-time returning songs like this. Why not? I keep praising Krypton, so I'm sure it's not out of the question for the future. This is probably the best live version in a while because of the whole feeling of the connection, which is shown best by the really cool camera pan over the crowd with the flying camera. Still, this can retire by now. They even retired Shake It, so I have hope for the next time. Miku announces that the next song really is the last in a short speech. It is this year's theme song, which is once again a super great one, even if not quite as good as Greenlight Serenade. Even so, Bless Your Breath is a great song and you can definitely tell it was made for a concert. A great finale that will forever be connected with this event. The costume might even be better than the previous year. It's always so bittersweet when the confetti drops, especially for the very last concert. It is the perfect live song, definitely more so than Greenlight because of its interactivity. Just look and listen at everybody cheering, partying, loving Miku so much, screaming along, Hado, 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 and how loud you can hear it on the Blu-ray. Man, recent theme songs for Mirai were also perfect. After the recent concert I just always think, how can the next time possibly live up to it? And then it does. Miku sounds very unique in the verses of the song. I love how cute Miku's moves are after the first chorus. A very nice detail, when Miku directs her microphone at the audience when it's time to sing along, you can't actually hear her well. Near the end of the song there's a real good complete pause, just silence, after Miku resumes with a serious facial expression, building up to the last chorus. Towards the future! Super cute how Miku is even more enthusiastic about pointing her microphone right towards my section of the crowd. The song ends with a super cute final note sung by Miku, sounding like a cheerful yay! Then Miku runs around a bit more. Just a perfect end to this concert. Miku talks to everybody for a short post-concert speech. I love when she does that. She thanks people, goes in a cute pose, and then disappears into a light, flying away together with the other lights, her Krypton family. So, in recent years, the very last concert speech was a bit different, and they even announced next year's event. Standing there after such a great concert, but also knowing it's all over, my partner and I were banking on that. It had to happen. Would the Olympics in 2020 actually really prevent it, as many people predicted? The venues were just all booked out. An event like this being over, not knowing if and when a new one would be held, that would be so sad. My hype came down and I was just so sad. Still, I tried enjoying myself when the light went back on. They did something new this year at all concerts, actually allowed people to take pictures here at the end, leaving them with the circus theme on full blast, giving people some more time being in this wonderful moment at Mirai. Just look at the theme, look at the colors! This was the same for the last concert, so you could expect this was really it. Just as people started chanting along to the theme song still playing quietly in the back as usual, something happened. The lights went out again? They announced next year's event after all. I can't even describe how this felt in the moment. Just typing this now I get emotional. This was not the end. I was so relieved. I'm sure we were not alone. We were screaming, we're ecstatic. Nothing could stand in Miku's way after all. They announced me that 2020 and even it states a two-city event again. Osaka will still be in August in Intex Osaka, but the Olympics still took its toll and pushed Tokyo and the Makuhari method to, December. So far apart for the first time, and a meetup partially in winter. Will I be able to go to any, even to both? That would be crazy. Anyway, what a tease. It was cuter when Miku announced it herself the year prior, but given the circumstances, this was perfect. This concert and the whole event was amazing and the hype didn't die, not even with the Olympics. They didn't take away Miku from us. I still feel like I can't stop going at least as long as I can, even after so many years. I have been going every year since 2014, especially with it being so amazing and fresh. Man, I sure talked a lot about the short section, didn't I? How often did I have to loop the footage? In typical, me fashion, I suppose, I will of course summarize every aspect of the concert we have just experienced. Maybe I'm better at not drawing this out longer than necessary by now? Probably not. How did Miku look live? Crystal clear. That goes for both live and the Bluray. Some people online complain about the glow stick's reflection being a problem on Miku's area, but while I see their point, I don't think it's an issue at all. Miku's not transparent as a result. The light show is really impressive as usual. I'm always amazed looking at the whole stage when they are shot from the very back of the venue. And the stage? Nothing that stands out honestly, except for the whole circus theme of course, but that's not really an issue since the most important thing is taken care of. Lots of room for Miku and her friends to move around in. In typical Mirai fashion, the top screen supports the songs with visual effects nicely too, this time even with the addition of some smaller screens on the sides. Speaking of the visuals this year, what stands out of course is the incorporation of the new Miku model. To give a tad bit of background here, the one we are all used to was pretty much animated by Sega stuff. And while I'm sure they have a nice cooperation going, long-term Krypton understandably wants to be more independent. So they developed their own model, which was first showcased at Snow Miku in 2018. Just as a side note, Krypton in general tries to be more independent even with their main vocal releases going forward. Now for the first time they deemed it ready for the big stage at Mirai after they made some more improvements. What is the verdict? It's pretty good. Miku's cute, but something is still lacking. The expressions aren't quite perfect and in general it's just not 100% there yet, so for now I prefer the old ones. But apart from that, it's pretty good. I like the animations, a nice future proof for Krypton. I am sure they will keep improving it more. I don't quite understand what their complete plan here is though. Will they introduce one for the other vocalites too? Why do some new songs not use the new model? I'm sure we will know by this August. It was nice anyway that it was finally introduced in Mirai. Moving on from the visuals, the sound. The Bluray has a fantastic sound, the best mix in a while. The vocals audio is especially crystal clear and the instruments very rich. But the best part, finally the audience's sound level is at a decent level in the sound mix again. I can't stress how important that is. The Miku concert isn't defined by just Miku, it is Miku plus the audience. There has always been a strong bond the last few years, but it was sometimes lost a bit in a recording. Not this year. You can hear the audience chanting along, supporting Miku. Everybody is one for the moment for Miku. Miku plus the crowd become one, which is also portrayed nicely by some super nice camera shots from above flying over the fans. And it goes without saying that I'm super pumped that after all these years, the stars finally aligned and I'm visible in a Miku concert released on disc. Everything in the editing was just a success this year around. If anybody wants to experience what Miku is live without actually seeing her live, I'd recommend them watching this. I hope they will take this as the golden standard for the next years to come. A quick word on the band. Longtime viewers of this channel will know that they are quite important to me too. They aren't randos at all, and most of them return year after year. Last year though actually introduced 2 new members, which were still playing for this one. They did a really good job again this year. Chloe adds a very nice positive vibe, same as Magmi, my favorite member, and you can just tell that this isn't just some job for those guys. They like being part of it, like being the Miku band. Let's speak of the set list. It was just out of this world. It was hands down the best set list of any Miku concert. It is mind-blowing how much new stuff they had. So many surprises and highlights. My question is, how can they ever decide on a set list again? There are so many songs by now, and a lot of those were introduced this time around, that are must-plays in my opinion. See the problem here? You can fill 2 concerts minimum just of the last few years with must-plays, but obviously they wanna introduce new songs again. What a first world problem they have created here. So the new stuff was a blast. Linlan and Miku also got a cool new song each, only Kaiko was left in the dust this year with no solo at all. Miku got her time to shine in her section of the concert, which was super enjoyable as well. Maybe the highlight and the best concert speech ever followed, save for the crying speech, when Luca thanked the audience for supporting her up to this point, after which Miku joined, for a speech just too cute to describe. The song following managed to turn a mediocre listen into something incredible live, with a choreography topping anything seen before. So yeah, they covered the speeches well too. I only wished Miku would have said something different at the end of the last concert like previous years. Even with so much new stuff, they still managed to bring back a good choice of classic songs. I'm glad they kept the tradition of recent years of having slightly different setlists every time. A nice bonus for people who went to multiple concerts like I did. They did a good job picking the strongest setlist overall for the final day concert too, the one on the main disc. After 2018 had an amazing mix of theme songs, this year couldn't possibly live up to that, but still had a super fitting theme song played as an all-out finale, a stellar Miku and Luca duet live, with only the contest winning song being lackluster in my opinion. The single slight weak point of the concert, and even that was still enjoyable. I am very happy that they gave Wobaka, a well-respected and much-loved producer in the community who sadly and unexpectedly passed away the year prior, a tribute. Everybody's shouting his name, his lyrics forming the image of Miku, a perfect way to honor his legacy, and nice to see the fans care. As the icing on top of this delicious cake, they really teased the fans, hoping for yet another confirmation for the next meter at the end, showing mercy after a bit of a wait and announcing it after all. You know, it's so sad when an event like this is over, but having acknowledged that this is not the end? Such a way to end it all. Not even the Olympics could hold back Miku, even if Tokyo was pushed to December. Will be interesting to see how they will handle this. Can we expect some more differences between the two cities? Will Kaito and Mako get some more attention this time? It was kind of teased in a recent tweet. How will they release the Bluray since there is so much time between the events and Tokyo being so close to their usual release schedule? Only time will tell. So yeah, that's it. This was pretty much perfect. We got such a polished concert, no matter if viewed live or on the Bluray with little to no flaws, with an incredible amount of new stuff. In my revised ranking, it is no surprise that this is my new favorite concert. 2 years in a row with a new number 1. They are truly on a roll. They don't just rest on their successes of previous years at all. Like this, Mita will always stay fresh. Apart from that, there are only 2 minor changes in my ranking, with Mita 2014 and 2016 having changed places, same with Mita 2013 taking over Kansai 2012. Remember, this is purely about concert experiences, and for more on all of this, check out my separate reviews. I reviewed all of these main concerts listed here. So there you have it. What a fantastic concert. How can they possibly top this? I'm very excited to find out. Mita 2020 will be spread out to August and December, but after I already booked the flight for August a while back, I also booked December just the very day I write the script. Yes, I still love Miku and these events. And yes, I am crazy. See you next year indeed.
Well, there you have it. They've once again outdone themselves. Nobody can honestly say that Mita has gone stale at all. I just wonder, how can Mita 2020 live up to that at all? Maybe Meiko Kaito will get some more time in the spotlight. Maybe the two cities will be a bit more different since it's so much time apart. I don't know, only time can tell. For now, Mita 2019 is just so amazing. It's definitely the gold standard, and I would urge any of you to get it and rewatch the experience on Blu-ray. That's everything from me for now. This video is long enough as it is. If you enjoyed it, you can give it a thumbs up, comment, share with your friends, and of course, subscribe to this channel to never miss another Miku video again, because they're rare, but they're still coming. At least there will be probably 2 more event reports this year about Magical Mirai 2020. Yes, I know I'm crazy. So, that's everything. Have a nice Miku day!